to the Armand Wiggins Show, where it's a lot going on. We discuss music, drama, celebrity gossip, pop culture, and everything in the entertainment world.
That's how we already know.
Stay tuned right here as we spill the tea, sip some tea, all raw for your enjoyment. Now grab your cup and buckle up.
Ooh. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Armand. It's the 4th of July, and we are live in the studio and back with another video. Yes. Let me tell y'all something. I'm sorry I'm late. I was really just waking up because I had a hell of a nap. You know, I ate like a pig, and I really didn't eat much. I just ate a bunch of shit that wasn't good for me, you know. So I was napping, and I was getting myself together to do this live. This live was supposed to be done a lot earlier. However, I got the itis once I ate. You know, the shit was getting stuck in my tooth. I still feel like there's some stuff here. So if some shit flies at you, you know, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? We're all humans, okay? You know, but I had to get up on here. I'm tired. Well, not really. I'm just kind of like just waking up, but I wanted to do it before it got too late and before the fireworks start popping and you guys couldn't hear me. All right. And besides, I had nothing to watch. No, it wasn't anything really good on TV. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, well, let me go be TV for a moment. And talk. But anyway, enough about that. How's everybody doing today? How's your 4th of July? Hopefully it's going fantastic. Mine is going great. It's a day where I just really relaxed, ate, and didn't do shit. And you know, it's nothing wrong with that. Loved it. All right. So before we get started into this topic, I know some of you guys are gonna be like, you know, to some of you guys, this topic is old. And, you know, I'm actually glad that wasn't one of the first people to cover it. Because here's the thing. I was so reluctant to even talk about this situation. I have to be honest with you. I didn't really want to talk about it. A lot of people have been asking me to talk about it since it came out. And I've been reluctant about talking about it. One, because I like Chris Brown. Two, because, you know, I like black women. And three, because I feel as though when people are frustrated or something like that, or when there's a disagreement between different parties or a group of people, when you don't automatically take the side of the people that are oppressed in the situation, they start to feel away. And so I have my opinion on what has happened. And I was really reluctant to go in and talk about my opinion because I realized the very vice that has made me who I am today and who has helped me and what has helped me get to the platform that I have today is the same vice that often when I speak, people use it against me and people get upset. What do I mean by that? Well, I keep the same energy, whether it be with gay people, which is some of my fan base, and I keep the same energy with black women, which is a large core of my fan base. And I realize whenever I have the opposing side of either one of those parties, depending on who's on the side of the fence that I'm against at that point in time, there's all this backlash coming up on me, either saying I hate gays, and then that's if I don't agree totally with the gay people when they are feeling offended about something or they feel like they're right about something. And then there's the black women. When I, you know, pose a question or I'm not totally into, you know, while I love black women, I'm not totally, oh, black women. Then it's, I hate black women. I'm jealous of black women. So I really was not going to do this video, especially since a lot of you guys took the Kardashian conversation all out of whack, and a lot of you heard what you wanted to hear and just got offended because, you know, Some of you are just naturally offended because, you've been through so many things as black women. So when I posed the question, are black women, some black women jealous of the Kardashians? So many people took that and ran with it. And I was just like, you know what? Do I really feel like that energy today? So I meditated, I sat on it, I went to sleep. And I said, you know what? If people unfollow me, if people don't support me for me being authentically real and giving my authentic opinion, then I'm okay with that, because that's why people followed me in the first place. And in order for me to remain that person, I have to keep the same energy. We can agree to disagree, but because I don't always agree with you, with how you view things, does not mean I hate a specific group of people. It just doesn't mean that. You get what I'm saying? We're never going to agree on everything. But I also realize, listen, I'm not a yes man. So I can't be yes man to black women because I have to be in fear of a black woman unsubscribing from my channel. I'm not going to be a yes man to gay people because I'm a gay person. I'm not going to be a yes man to these celebrities because they are, celebrities and I want them to come on my show. No, I have to keep the same energy with everybody. So if I agree, I agree. If I don't, I don't. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to do the motherfucking video, and I'm going to say how the fuck I feel. I'm going to say, fuck it. All right. So, I didn't watch a lot of people's YouTube videos. I don't care. Listen, we can talk about what Tokyo Vanity said. I didn't do a lot of the he said, she said, okay? What I got was people were upset because Chris Brown said that he only wants to fuck the black bitches with nice hair, okay? And people apparently were in an uproar about him saying that he wanted to fuck the black bitches with nice hair. For me, I saw this, I was like, oh, here we go again. The black woman is offended. Here we go with this thing again, because it's like this. First of all, I surprisingly, I've seen a lot of people that weren't offended, but then I just seen this as a ploy for all black, like a lot of black women, like, oh, Chris Brown, why are you taking digs at black women and what's good hair and this, that, and the third? I'm like, oh my God, here we go. First of all, if it were me, it wouldn't offended me if I was a black woman. Let me tell you why it wouldn't offended me. And I don't think it should offend you. I would have been offended because, first of all, we realized it didn't matter what the fuck Chris Brown said. Chris Brown ain't never liked black women. So that wouldn't bother me. If you look at his track record of the women he's dated, he likes skinny, petite Asian women. Okay? The only black woman I've known Chris Brown to be with was Rihanna. Yes, she black, but she's the black from another country. Like, she ain't no African-American black woman. Okay? So let's not act like that he was already just for black women like that in the first place. So a nigga that don't even like black women from their track record, they couldn't offend me. Because, nigga, I know I'm not your type anyway, so that's not even going to press me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even really care. I would have not been offended by that. Because it's like, whatever that's supposed to mean. But I think a lot of women perhaps may have got offended because maybe they liked Chris Brown. Maybe they thought that Chris Brown was attractive. And maybe they felt like, you know what, shit, Chris Brown don't like me. I'll never have a chance with him. Yeah, you're probably right. But you should have known that you probably would never have a chance, or you was not Chris Brown's type from the last 3 girlfriends that he's had. I mean, shit, his baby mama's not even black. So, I mean, it's not a surprise, okay? And then it's like, well, what's nice hair? If black women feel some type of way about that, well, bitch, are you saying that your hair is not nice? Like, for me, he did not say black women with the kinky hair, black women with the blonde hair, with the weaved hair, with the long hair, with the mixed hair. It was like black women with the nice hair. Nice hair could mean anything. And I know so many people feel like, the stereotypical nice hair, good. He didn't even. He was very strategic without saying good hair because we know what the connotation of good hair comes with. He said nice hair, so he played it safe. But we know, we understand kind of like what nice hair could mean. I understand that. But if the man didn't literally say it, then who gives a shit? Like, okay, he said nice hair. We know that that can mean like mixed hair. But listen, if you know your hair is nice, why be pressed? To me, some of the nicest hair is natural hair because it's some of the most healthy hair to me. Like any kind of hair is nice. Like there is no such thing as bad and good hair. It's just perception. And nice hair could literally mean any fucking thing that you deem as nice. Not to mention, I feel as though Chris Brown, I mean, if you just read between the lines, I feel like Chris Brown probably didn't even expect to get the backlash that he got over that because he thought he was being safe by saying black bitches with the nice hair. Because in reality, in my mind, what I think he really would have wanted to say was Asian women with the nice hair. Because that's how I think that he really feels. Because you saying you want to fuck black bitches with nice hair, but we don't ever see you with any black bitches. But you know that the black community would have had a motherfucking free-for-all had he wrote in that article, in that song, Asian bitches with the nice hair. If a black man put that shit in his song, the whole world would be crashing down, even though that's how he feels. But he just said black bitches and he still got crucified. So I feel like, Chris, you fucked up, nigga, because you should have just said how you really felt, because they got you anyway. You was damned if you did and you damned that you didn't. You get what I'm saying? Because you really didn't want to say black bitches, but you said black bitches because that was the safe bet, and the black women still got upset. So, I don't know, guys. I just kind of felt like this is not a surprise. I wouldn't have even worked myself up about it. You know what I mean? And I think so too. We understand that, black women are oppressed. Black women don't get fair rights, and they always get the short end of the stick. I understand that, and it's very unfortunate. But I think that we need to pick and choose when we really want to be offended by something. By that, I would have let that shit go. Like, whatever. I got bigger issues to worry about than if Chris Brown thinks my hair is good or not. Fuck him. Fuck him. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? Like, who literally gives a fuck? Like, for me, people harping on that are just always looking to feel some type of way. Like, you literally picked that piece out and was like, oh, he didn't, wait, you don't like black hair? Like, girl, no, he don't. Maybe he don't. He don't like black women. But he didn't like black women when he ain't got his kid ain't black. None of his girlfriends is black. Like, get the fuck over it. Like, let's move on. Like, who cares? Who gives a fuck? Who really gives a fuck? Fuck it. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? Like, who cares? Fuck it. He don't like it. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's one man. And to be honest with you, I'm the kind of person who, personally, if you ask me, I'm the kind of individual, like, show me who you are, so I know where we stand. I wouldn't have got so mad. I'm more so like, all right, cool, Chris, that's cool. I'll just did what I did. Either I fuck with him or I don't. But there's so many people, that we support. I mean, and there were so many different black, activists and, people, even some of these black men that come out and they speak, which I think is very funny because a lot of these pro-black men and all these different African-American leaders and things like that, they come out and they speak, and they speak so highly of the black woman and how we have to treat our black women, this, that, and the third. And then just to find out that they got a white wife or a Hispanic wife. And but they don't never show that bitch. And then here they are gassing you up, the black woman. And lo and behold, they got a mayonnaise wife the whole time. See, at least Chris Brown, you know what you getting. But there's a lot of people out here that tend to be pro-black, pro this, pro that, and we like them because they're saying what we want them to what we want to hear. They making us feel good about ourselves. But meanwhile, they doing the exact opposite when they not in your face. I'm the kind of person that show me who you are so I know where we stand. I don't need listen, all right, you don't really fuck with us like that? Cool. I'm good. I respect you now for knowing. Versus all these other black men that clearly feel the same way that he feels, because you can look at their family and see what their family look like, yet they just weren't vocal about it in the way that Chris Brown was, indirectly or directly or whatever. But I'm sure you can look at almost every successful black artist, celebrity in the fucking music industry or entertainment industry. Hardly none of them have black wives. So it's kind of safe to say that majority of them feel this way. They have a certain distinguished type, which could be frustrating. But my thing is, let's not try to cancel Chris Brown just because he said it. At least the nigga was honest, and he was only halfway honest, because if he was all the way completely honest, you niggas would have crucified him if he would have really said how you really felt. So I'm just saying, for me, I know, some of my black homegirls, we talked about it. They wasn't mad because you couldn't tell them that they didn't have good hair. They felt like, you know what? I feel you. I am a black girl with good hair. I would have felt like a black, if I was a girl, you couldn't tell me that I wouldn't be a black bitch with good hair, with nice hair, bitch, period. Period, okay? That wouldn't have offended me. But I also would have been like Chris Brown. I would have read through Chris Brown's bullshit. Like, girl, you only said black because you know you couldn't say Asian because the black community would have killed you. It's like this unspoken thing that you have to say black if you're black, because the minute you say that you like something other than black, and you probably do, and most of them do, they'll get crucified. Now listen, a preference is a preference. Do I agree with it all the time? No, there's nothing that you can do. But even in the LGBT community, we deal with it too. We have the girl. It gets crazy. We got the white guys. I mean, the black guys, especially here in the Bay Area in San Francisco. The black guys. They think that they're white. They only date Asian men, only date black men, and then there be the cute black boys. It don't even like the fine black boys don't like black boys. It's like the fine black boys think that they white. Like, I could even take it a step further, but it might be too much for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you watch the little rated X little videos, little porn videos, bitch. Let me tell you something. All the fine black boys that you want to watch the videos to, all of them are with the white man. All of them. You like, why the fine ones ain't with the other black ones? It's just what it is. But you know what? I stopped getting offended by that shit. I'm like, fuck it. That's what y'all want to do. That's what y'all can do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I personally, I like black, but that's not to say that I don't like, Latin or white or whatever. I've dibbled and dabbled in everything. I ain't tried no Indian, but I tried everything else besides Indian. Indian is really not my speed. However, I'm trying to see if I really want to open this can of worms. But I don't think I'm going to open this can of worms because that is going to go left. So I'm not going to talk about that. But I think the bigger question is, and I'll let you guys answer the question because I'm not going to give my opinion because I don't date women, so I don't know. Okay? But I've been around a lot of women. But the bigger question is, why do we think that these men are attracted to these different type of women? Now, I'm going to say this But I just hope somebody does not take this in a way, because I know somebody is watching this to be offended. I know that. I already know that. So I'm having to choose my words wisely, because literally every time I say something, somebody makes a video and twists what the fuck I said. But I think one of the biggest questions is, outside of, skin tone or color or just general preference, why do we think these men are attracted to these different type of women? And why do we think that black women, or let's just say darker skinned women, or just black women in general, are not always the first choice for the black man? Now, I can tell you what I've heard from like my brother in the past, my cousins. I can tell you what I've heard. I'm going to say this again. I can tell you what I've heard. For those bitches that's ready to be offended, they probably got it on screen record right now. So one more time. I can tell you what I heard. I really want to make that clear. I'm not saying it. I can tell you what I heard. Okay, so this is what I've heard. So, I asked my brother, I'm like, why don't you talk to the black girls? Like, you don't like black girls? Because I used to ask him, like, you don't like black girls? Like, what are you doing? And he was like, well, the black girls, a lot of them are just so argumentative. Or a lot of the black girls act like they don't do this, they don't do that. A lot of them act like they don't like to suck. They act like they too good to suck dick. Let's just talk about it. Some of the black women, he said they're a little naggy. This is what I've heard. I don't know if this is all the way true. So despite of the preference and, the hair thing, because I've also heard the hair thing, which is, I don't really agree with the hair thing. Like, I think that's stupid when men are like, oh, I want my baby to have, good hair. Now, I've also heard that they want their kid to have a fair chance in life, which I had to sit here and think about that. Like, I didn't think of it that way. Maybe you feel like, it's unfortunate that we live in a society that lighter skin does prevail. So if you want your kid to have a fair chance, you would breed them with a lighter skin. Is it right? No. Do I understand why? Yes, I will be lying to you to tell you I didn't. Yes, girl. So these are things that I've heard. However, my partner is African American and I'm a black motherfucker. I like black. For me, I like the scent of black. For me, I it's nothing against other races, but I like the way black bodies smell. I like the way that black body chemistry is with mine. I've tried a lot of other chemistries and a lot of other people. I don't like the way, how do I say this? I just don't like when the things mix, like different. I'm just saying, I like the way black smell mixed with black. I know that might sound weird, but I like the chemistries of black together. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's what, you know what I'm saying? It's just a different kind of aura when you're in the bed and you're doing what you do and you're getting into some things. Everybody don't smell the same. Black people, white people, Indian people, Chinese, everybody, each different ethnicities have different smells. They have a different scent. I prefer the black scent. I don't know what that means, but I do. Okay? Mm. So that's what keeps me in the black. Um, so that's my thing. It's nothing against anybody else. Please don't get offended. Please don't get offended. But that's just my preference, okay? Um, so that's what I like. Okay. See, this is not going to be a racist live because I have white women that follow me, I have Asian women that follow me, I have everybody that follow me. Okay, so we can't do that. Um, now I am drinking a little bit because I had to brace myself for this live stream. Okay, I did have to do that. Now, for I was going to do something stupid, but you know what? I think I'm going to just because it's the 4th of July, and I feel like being an asshole. I think I know what Chris Brown was talking about when he said he was looking for the woman with the nice hair. So I'm going to, when I pull that up, I'm going to show you what I think the example was. All right. So I'm gonna take some callers, and I want to know what y'all think he meant, and I want to know what y'all take on this. Were you offended? Were you not? Listen, and if you were offended, explain to me why you're offended. You know what I mean? And you're entitled to being offended. I just personally feel as though if you are a black woman and you were offended by a nice hair comment, maybe you perhaps don't think your hair is nice. So, maybe you don't have edges. Maybe you are one of those people that, at 3 years old, you had micro braids. Your mom probably, I understand. It bees like that sometimes too. Maybe that's what he's talking about. But, like, I feel like as long as you got your edges, no matter long, short, as long as you got your edges and it's healthy hair, it's nice hair. So the question is, what is nice hair? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. So this is what I think he meant. Oh my god. Let me put it hold on. I want to mute the video too. How do I mute the video? I don't even want the video to have sound, bitch. Oh, the lines is through the roof. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this video up for y'all. Oh my god. Hold on. Hold on. Make sure y'all call in. How's everybody doing out there? Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Listen, you know how many people unsubscribed from me after that Kardashian video? That's why I'm like, oh my God, these women are upset. But I have to stay true to myself. I'm like, you know what? We can talk about this, but I'm going to lose some subscribers. But you know what? I have to be okay with that. You know what I mean? They'll understand and perhaps they'll come back. And if they don't, well, they just won't come back. But at least I kept it a stack. Okay, hold on. So this is what I think he meant when he said women with the good hair. You see how it's sitting kind of like the mullet style. Then you got the cap on the side. I don't know. Is that good? That's not nice hair, or is that nice hair? You see the side? Maybe that's what he meant.
Stupid.
Oh, shit. Maybe that's the kind of hair that y'all need. Happy 4th of July! Maybe that's the fuck. That's the shit. Ah! Maybe that's the hair y'all need, ladies. That's the unit right there, bitch. That is the one, bitch. It's called the half and half. It's half on and half off. It's the half and half Donald Trump, bitch. Yes, God, it's the Trump Towers, bitch. That's what we're gonna call that unit. The Trump Towers, bitch. Woo! All right, girl. Damn it, this tequila. It's the 4th of July. Fuck it. The Little Richard. Girl, wait. Woo woo do 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 do. Wait, is that how it go? Oh shit! Now you gonna make me find a Little Richard song. Look at the side. Okay, let me stop. That was a Ashanti sidebar. All right, all right, all right. I'm done playing. All right, 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 all right. Let's be serious now, okay? I gotta take it. I gotta be serious now. Mm, that was funny. All right, private caller, you're live on the air.
I'm currently working on getting this show shut down, so fuck you.
She is so annoying. That bitch is retarded. Okay. Okay, so now from now on, I'm not taking no any more private calls because the mentally retarded lady just keeps calling in and I can't do it. She's like my biggest fucking fan. Like Tasha K. Can you come? Like this bitch got me on notification. Can you come get your fans? Girl, they love me. All right. 9780 8025. You're live on the air.
Little brother, look at you upsetting people. What are you doing here?
I don't even
She is
know.
upset.
Every day.
Happy 4th of July to you, first of
Happy
all.
4th of July to you.
Thank you. So let's start here.
Okay.
I do love Chris Brown. Am I offended at what he said? Well, let me say this. I'm not okay. And if you hear any loud blasts, those are the fireworks outside of my window. I live
Okay.
in a high rise, so you might hear that. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, so I do like Chris Brown. I love him, but right now, am I upset with him? I'm not upset. I'm disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm disappointed because right now Chris Brown is in a position where he has a lot of money. Clearly, he might be doing some stuff. I think he is. So I'm just going to say this. Because of the type of woman I am, I'm just going to hope that he grows and he learns. Do I give a fuck what kind of woman he's into? I really don't. I prefer black men. A lot of men that holler at me are Italian men. Look at Robert De Niro. He dates only black men. There are very successful, black women.
Mhm.
There are very successful men out here that are white men that prefer black women. So us as black women, don't get offended when someone opens their mouth and says something ignorant, like, I prefer women with the nice hair. Okay, well, that's great. I mean, I'm a beautiful woman. I'm not offended at all. So
Mhm.
like what you like, but don't
Right.
put anybody down in the process.
Well,
Now,
I
when
think
he
I
says
think that
nice
he
hair,
put I don't see this is the thing though. I think he put people down when they got offended at what he said. He didn't just generally put anyone down though. Like where did he put someone down?
well, that could be interpreted in a lot of different ways. I want to fuck only the black bitches with the nice hair. But he could be saying, maybe I want you to have your braids looking really nice. Or he could say, maybe I want you to have a nice blowout. I don't know. It can
Right,
mean
right.
anything.
But
Whatever, but
so that's my point. So it can mean anything. So why reach? Why dig? Why look for a reason to be upset?
okay, and I agree with you. However, do I think that African American women have the right to be upset with Chris Brown? 1,000%. They do have the right to be upset with Chris Brown because Chris Brown's his music is for black women. Now, if you want to make music for black women and then make that type of statement, that's why you have to be culturally aware. You cannot be insensitive. And I have to tell you, Armand, you know I love you, honey, and this is why you have this show. But you are a black man, and you're not just any black man. You're a cocoa chocolate black man. So you're not a woman, and you're not a black woman. So you have to ask the black women how do you feel about this? Why did Chris Brown offend you? Now, you can't say, if I was a woman, because you're not. So that's why I have to say you have to let the women speak and say, you can't let them say, your black women get offended over everything. Well, they do have we do. Am I offended? I'm not offended, but I'm disappointed he said that. Do I still think he's a talented ass brother? Oh, hell yeah. Am I canceling Chris Brown? I'm not canceling Chris Brown. I have black women that hit on me. I'm sorry, I keep saying women. I have black men that hit on me. I have white men that hit on me. And, I'm not worried if another young man that's 29 years old, Chris Brown and I are the same exact age, is he saying, I don't care who the fuck he likes. Am I mad about that? No. But he does need to be more sensitive to the people he's making music for. That's all that is.
Okay, so what would you have wanted him to say? Like, what would have been the right lyric for that?
I want to fuck the bitches that have the education and look right and speak well. That's what you should have said. I want to fuck the bitches that look good, take good care of themselves, can read a book, go to work. That's attractive. That's what he should have said. The way they do their hair doesn't fucking matter. Do you have a job? Do you take care of your loved ones? Do you work hard? Do you represent yourself well? What do you want him to say? What do you want him to say? That's
the question that I'm asking. What do y'all want him to have said? Like you said, I cannot speak, so I have to ask.
I'm looking at you, little brother. I'm looking at you right now through my flat screen Amazon Fire TV, and you have your eyes rolling through the back of your head.
Because I'm like, because that is way too. First of all, that's way too much shit to put in a song. I want to fuck the black bitches that read books, education. They gotta have this, that, and the third. I'm like, God damn, he just said he want a bitch with nice body and good hair, like nice hair, like. Why is that so wrong?
That's not a lot to put in a song. Listen, baby, let me know what's your situation. Do you have that education? I want to know if you look good, if you smell good. Chris Brown is a talented brother. He can fit it in, okay? He can fit it in. Chris Brown is very talented. He can make it work. He can make it happen. I don't care if you blue, white, black, brown, or red. Let me know how you feel once we get in that bed, okay? Chris Brown can make it work. He's a talented brother, okay?
Okay.
So, right now, he's saying some ignorant things, and I really think that the older he gets, I hope and pray that he will change. But he's wilding right now, so I do say that black women do have the right to be upset. Am I as upset as other black women? No, I'm not. I'm just disappointed.
All right. Well, listen, thank you for your insight. Thank you, love. I love you. So
You're
thanks
welcome,
for calling.
Mama.
Bye.
Oh, and I'm going to say, real quick, the Kardashian thing, I don't think black women are jealous of the Kardashians.
Got to stay on topic, but thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Let's take another caller. And listen, you know what? Depending on how I'm feeling, at the end of this stream, if I might let that lady call back and vent and get all her frustration out. It's the 4th of July. Fuck it. If you want to call back and say you hate me, go ahead. I think I'll let you do that. You're always the first caller anyway. So if you're still watching, which I'm sure you are, I'll let you call back. If we get to you, because we have almost 50 people in the queue right now. All right. Oh, people have been on here since the beginning. All right, 803-9333-3. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey. Nothing much. I would have to say that I was not offended because, like you said, he says nice hair. Now, there's some people that go get their hair done today and they think their hair look good, and I'm like, girl, that hair. I mean, it wouldn't be that hairstyle that I would get, so it's not nice to me. But it might be nice to him, so I can't do anything about that. But I don't take offense to it unless he put a picture of me and said, this is what I don't like, this girl right here, then I'm not going to take offense to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I expect him to say that. Like you said, he dated Asian, mixed, the Karuchis, the April Joneses with the slanted eyes and the half black. I mean, that's what he liked. So I would never think he would double take at me,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't take it. I'm like, do him. Like, I don't know that. I expect him to say that. I'm not disappointed. I don't think he should have said anything. I mean, that's what he liked. I mean,
Right.
so I mean,
Right.
I'm not attracted to him, and
Right.
he damn sure wouldn't really be attracted to me. So I mean, I'm not taking it personal. Like I don't care. But that's all I wanted to say.
No, like I get what you said, because when he was like nice hair, literally nice hair can be a woman that go get her motherfucking hair done. Like it's bitches that think that they bad, but they don't get their hair done. Like I can tell you what some not nice hair is
Exactly.
on some white people, some black people, on a lot of people. You know, but
Exactly.
nice hair can be
That's
just
right.
well and. See, he was very smart in the wording. He didn't say good hair because the word good hair comes with a
Yes.
very much so negative connotation. But nice hair means, girl, you got
Exactly.
your hair laid, and whatever that means.
For him at that time. 'Cause, I mean,
Right.
like, it may change. He might want a girl with an afro who's dark skin, or maybe he want a light skinned girl with. I mean, I don't know. So I mean, it's just nice hair. Right now, my hair is kind of nice, but somebody else might be like, girl, So I don't, it's not a big deal to me. So
All right. Thank you.
thank you. Okay, bye.
Okay. 312. Well, no, not that one. Not. They just called in. These people been on here for like almost 30 minutes. 929-9967. You're live on the air. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on?
Yeah. I just want to say this. I want to say that I feel like, for me, Chris Brown been canceled ever since he beat Rihanna. Like, next. So people that are really mad at Chris Brown for the whole hair thing, I mean, there was a lady earlier who was trying to be polite. I'm just going to say it. Chris Brown is a goddamn crackhead. I'm just going to say it. It is what it is. I don't take anything he says seriously.
But do we know that Chris Brown is a crackhead? Like, why do we say that? Because everybody else calls him a crackhead? Like, where's the proof that he's a drug addict?
No. Let's look at the decline in the pictures in Chris Brown in the past 5 years. Things ain't the same. Things are getting awkward.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say he a crackhead. I'm sorry, Yamana. You're gonna gotta agree with me.
I just feel like, we could just deem him as a crackhead like that. I just don't like that because people, that's like this new thing now. There's this cancel culture, and then all of a sudden it's this culture of if somebody, like, everybody's a cokehead now, like everybody's, it's like we just throw these labels on people. But you're entitled to your opinion. So,
I mean, can I say something, Arma?
Yes.
I've been around people that I've seen, and I've known them for years, and they look normal. And when they get on that shit for 2-3 months, you could tell the difference. Chris Brown is moving like somebody who got a drug problem, who's out of control. And when you grow up with money and you grow up spoiled like that, where people are at your beck and call, nobody can tell you to stop. Who's going to tell Chris Brown, oh, you can't be on drugs? His decline is evident. I mean, it is what it is.
Well, there you go. Were you offended at his statements?
No, I mean, no. I expect anything from Chris Brown. Chris Brown is like the R&B Flavor Flav to me at this point.
Okay, are you a black woman? Are you a black woman?
I am. I'm a dark-skinned black woman.
Okay, so why do you feel like
afro.
these men don't date black women?
I mean, see, it depends, Armand. It depends. And like you said, everybody has their preference, baby. Everybody has their preference. I'm not mad at anybody for their preference. I don't like light-skinned men, so I can't fault him for saying it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It just is what it is. I can't fault him for saying the way he feels. I mean, I think the way he went about saying it is incorrect, because he has fans that listen to him and they might be offended. He might want to take his money into consideration, but I guess he got enough money where it just don't matter. He saved what he wanted.
But I think he saved himself. But you don't think that he was saving himself when he said black bitches with nice hair. He didn't say Asian bitches. Could you imagine if he would have really said his real type? Could you imagine if he would have said Asian bitches with the nice hair? What that would have done? The uproar that would have caused. Even though we all know that he doesn't date black women. Could you imagine how the black women would have went crazy if he would have just said, how I like my Asian bitches with the long hair, with the nice hair? Could you imagine the fucking uproar that the people would have gone through? Even though we already know it's very clear that he don't even like black women. Could you imagine if he would have said that?
Armand, listen. Some things are better left unsaid. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. You like Asian, and it's not Asian women. It's mixed women. They're partially black and partially Asian. Say
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So at least there's some black in them. Well, we mad at Puff when he said all I fuck is J-Lo's. Nobody was mad at that, but everybody's mad at Chris right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, caller.
Thank you, Armand. I love you from New York City, by the way. Thank you, Armand.
Shout out to you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, my God. Hold on. Ooh, child, y'all done woke me up from my good nap. Listen, y'all gonna get enough of talking shit about my teeth and my lips in these damn comments, bitch. I don't fucking know. They fucking white because I was asleep. Bitch, I'm still waiting on somebody to send me some lip kit. Y'all gonna stop harassing me. I'm starting to take that as abuse. Y'all be calling me ashy and all this stuff. Listen, I'm not no goddamn celebrity, bitch. Y'all gonna leave me alone. I don't have to look any kind of way. I got a man, bitch. Shit. If you knew that way I was set up right now, bitch, you'll be like, girl, you're really making it up. Because let me tell you something. Half of this is on and the other half ain't there, baby, okay? It's the 4th of July, honey. A period. I'm not finna play with you. I only put this shirt on because I was coming to look at y'all. Because everything else is not available. Let me stop playing with y'all. Okay, hold on. 415-9463, you're live on the air.
Armand, happy 4th. How you doing today?
Great, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I just want to touch on this briefly. There's so many angles that you just touched on tonight. This is why I fuck with you. This is why I watch your show. This is why I support you.
Okay.
But as far as Chris Brown is concerned, I'm not really a fan of his. However, when I woke up out of my sleep, I saw your notification and I hit the button.
Okay.
I think he meant exactly what we thought he meant. He don't fuck with dark-skinned females. He barely fuck with black females. And he want the ones with the quote-unquote, like you said, he meant to say good hair, but he played it safe. And he said the nice hair.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it real. And if you think about it, if you look at it, all those celebrities, those young men and young male celebrities, most of them have either very light-skinned black women, mixed, or Latina. And what comes to my mind is a celebrity whose son was on a reality show a couple of years ago when he was just, he was underage, like 14, 15.
Wait, hold on. Not to cut you off. Hold on. I got to ask you a question because I just see one of the comments. Hey, listen, I told you I've been drinking a little bit because I had to get ready for this show because, a lot of these people was going to feel some way. But we do have to ask you, sir, are you under the covers right now?
Hold on. Can you hear me better now?
Yes. No, they said that.
They dragging me in them damn comments. No,
Are you
I'm not under the covers. I'm sitting upright. I
okay?
had those Apple earphones. Can I? Okay, we ready? Be
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, let me try. You're gonna make me laugh. But no. There was a celebrity son who came out a couple of years ago, and I'm not gonna lie, he was not cute. Not to judge a minor, but he wasn't cute to me.
Mhm.
Not because he was a dark complected young man, but he just was not cute. And he and his brother went on a date with these two beautiful dark skinned black women. Beautiful. They may have even been like. Do I still sound like I'm under the cover? I'm sorry.
No, keep going. Just keep going. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Well, anyway, the brother was enjoying the date. The main one was kind of standoffish, and he had his head down. He was looking down, and he wasn't talking to the young ladies.
Mhm.
And then his brother asked him, "Well, what's wrong? You're not talking to him." He was like, "I'm not really attracted. I don't really like black women. I
Mm.
love, the foreign women, the Latinas." And he was saying it just like that. And he said, when I
Oh.
see my black women, I kind of think of them as my sister. I just kind of dap them up and give them like a little hug or something, but I don't find them attractive. And basically, and he said it was because he had a lot of bad experience with black women. I'm like, dude, nigga, you just 15.
Right.
What are you talking about? And then he said the producers made him put that in the script. And I'm like, no, if they had put in the script for you to read something about you being attracted to dudes, you would have called your daddy real quick. You wouldn't have said that.
Right.
So you lying. And I deal with a lot of young black men every day. And I've had several of them. And I'm a dark complected young man.
Mhm.
Well, I'm middle aged anyway. I love my black men. I feel what you were saying about black men. They have a certain feel. They have a certain smell. And I do like Latino men, but it's something about our men, and it's that pheromone that they have. Even though I like all of them to be washed up with Dove in a hot shower before you do
Okay.
something.
Okay.
But the thing is, a lot of these young men have come and told me, I want to have kids by a foreign woman, but they never said anything about an African foreign woman because those women are foreign. They say stuff and they try to play it safe, and they end up sounding stupid. And
Okay.
one of the boys told me, "Oh, I don't want my kids coming out hella black with nappy hair."
Oh.
And he was darker than I am, and I'm darker than you.
Okay. Well, I think that's
So
because I
I
think
think,
that is because it's because they don't want their kid to go through things like we go through, like they don't like not being considered attractive or not being considered beautiful. Like I understand that because as a darker skinned person, you are tempted to be like, you know what, shit. If I could try to give my kid the fairest chance in the world, like maybe I'll have a mixed kid so they can have a fair chance in society. Because I know what it's like to be dark skinned.
yeah. Well, honestly, some of them think that way, and then a lot of them just use that, like you said, to play it safe or to use it as a cover up. Because half these niggas don't love their kids anyway. And then I think, and I read in the comments in the beginning of the show, there was I guess a lady, she said a lot of black men tend to date women of other races because black women are not going to put up with their bullshit, which is actually true to a certain extent. And I believe that. And they say it's a preference.
Well, I want to ask
But
you, let's not talk about the black women. You live in San Francisco?
Yes.
Do you notice
Well,
all
I'm
the
from
fine?
San Francisco. I'm
Okay,
in the East Bay now.
okay, but you notice all the
Yeah.
hot guys, black guys out there in the Castro district, all that, all the fine ones. Even if you watch porn, all the fine, cute ones. They all are with like white men or Asian men. What is that about? And I think it's a California thing, or is it just like they have like all the fine black boys seem to like Asian or white or Hispanic. They don't like black.
And I've saw that growing up. There's a certain demographic of black men that only like the white men in San Francisco, like the ones that's from there, like from the hoods, Hunters Point, Fillmore, whatever. They wasn't. Most of the gay boys was into dope boys, thugs. But as the whole, what do you call it? The gentrification started really happening within the last 10 to 15 years, the tech companies started moving in. You started getting, and this is just my opinion, and then you started getting people moving in from other states, especially a lot of black men moving in for their jobs, and all of a sudden you started seeing this influx of black men coming in on the arms of these white guys. And a lot of times I would speak to them or speak to them both. The white man would speak, but the black man would look at me and roll his eyes. You know, like I was just trash. And I'm like, okay, now what is that about? And an older friend of mine told me years ago, he said, you can go outside your race and date one of them white guys if you want to, which I don't see nothing wrong with that if y'all in love. But this is what he was saying. And he's an old school person from the South. He was like, you can be in love with one of them white guys. He said, but I guarantee you the majority of them, after y'all finish fucking, they going to call their white friends and say, I just fucked that black nigga.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of believe that.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Okay, because that was heavy. Okay. So, because here's the thing, too. And this is what I was thinking. And I'm going to pose another question. This is just a question for everybody in conversation. You know, could it be that for women, and I'm not, please, we cannot take this as a literal every black gay boy or every black woman, but could it be that it seems like the other minorities seem to be able to provide a better sense of companionship and stability when it comes to like maybe support or credit or financial, or you know what I mean? Could it be as though like the white women or the white man, you know, it's like they're better off, you know, they're more stable than most African American?
I have had guys, being a same gender loving man, black young men tell me that. They'll say something like, and excuse me for using foul language on your show, but they'll say something like, oh, I don't fuck with the N-word no more because all of them is broken. They credit fuck. I like white men because they got coins. So it's so much. You know, we'll never really, I don't think, get to the bottom of this.
Okay.
You know, but that Chris Brown thing, we know what he meant, Armand. But thank you. I'm finna get back under these.
All right, thank you. Bye.
And have a happy 4th. Bye.
Listen, I'm a little tipsy. And I've been trying to make it very clear on what I meant. So I don't give a fuck if you're a moderator. I don't give a fuck if you in the comments. If I'm saying if I'm posing a conversation or I'm making it clear and you're insinuating that I'm trying to troll, or instead of having a conversation, I will block the fuck out you. I don't give a fuck if you're a moderator. I don't give a fuck if you are in the comments. We're having a conversation. If you don't like it, remove your fucking self. Anybody. Because I've been trying to make it very clear. So if you're offended, get the fuck out. Because I ain't got time for that shit. We're literally, I'm not saying one way or another. But in order to have the dialogue, we have to peel back the layers of things that we've heard. So if you don't fucking like it, deuces. All right? You don't like it, call in and talk about it, but don't bitch in the comments. All right, 312, no, let me take another one. 205-9000. You're live on the air.
Hey, Amar.
Hey, what's going on?
Ain't nothing going on. I'm like you. Look, everybody finna get mad at me too, though, for what I'm finna say. So I don't know about your comments, but let me tell y'all something. At 52 years old, y'all can stop this crap because this been going on since the beginning of the time. The white men, white rich women, black rich women been marrying the white men, started at Diana Ross and all the rest of them back. And the only thing Chris Brown is doing now, he's just following the pattern. It really doesn't matter to me because, to be honest, I'm going to tell you, sometimes I've gotten so mad at my culture for some of the things they do, and I say, I'm going to go out and find me a white man and a Latino man. So I'm kind of just like that. I mean, everybody with the hypocrisy, I know they've had their times and their days too. So just keep on getting drunk and doing your thing, and I'm going to keep on laughing because I felt a lot of days like how Chris Brown has felt. And by the way, I have nice hair, hair probably doesn't have anything to do with it. You probably wanted to say something else.
What do you think he wanted to say?
And look, sometimes we as our culture, and like I say, people are gonna get offended. But we are argumentative. We are sensitive. We are. Hey, okay. I mean, look. I'm 52. I told you they were gonna get mad at me, but I'm like you. I'm just kind of like keeping it real. I'm glad these people don't know me because I don't get down. Y'all can't give comments to me because I'm not even on social media. But our culture, we are something else. And sometimes I'm gonna feel like I want to go to the Latino and the white men, whether they have nice hair or not, because of how the way we act. And we
Well, that's different. But that's different. But but you know that's a whole nother conversation. That's another layer. But you know,
but this is what he really wanted to say, and I think he wanted to try to put it in a nice way, and but particularly because of the caller you had a few calls before where she said that he was on crack. None of us basically know these celebrities personally, and to keep putting stigmas on these people, this is another reason why they turn and they look the other way, because we're so quick to be so vocal if a person is having a bad day to say, oh, they're on drugs or they're on this or they're on that. Well, how do you know that? Most of y'all are on it. You know? If
yes.
Chris Brown is listening to this, he probably have a comment to
Here's
that.
the thing. I'm just trying to figure out where the root of this do we think it came from? Because like I said, it's not just black women. It happens in the gay community too. And so, and like I've heard, it seems as though people feel like black people are, whether you're male or female, you're hard to deal with. It seems as though people may look at us as the darker skinned people, like, we're less attractive because we are darker. Or sometimes in the gay community, a lot of the darker skinned black people are more fetish. Like a lot of white, like the last caller had, they look at us as fetish. And then there's the financial aspect. I know that there are people on the heterosexual side that feel like, Hispanic women, white women, they are more financially and they're more supportive. This is what I've heard. This is what I've heard.
Okay,
Now,
but Amar, is the truth, because you say you want to know the root of it. Now, I have an 83-year-old mother. My father was 15 years older than her. If you go back in time to 2 years, 100 years, where, slavery was intact, and everything, and some of the white men did have some of the black women. So particularly, this is where a lot of colorism that is coming from, which a lot of people probably won't admit. But like I said, I have a mother back in that time, so my history was learned from her. So a lot of it is colorism, and a lot of it is where the white women are financially able because instability, because they've had so much of a jump on the black women. So a lot of us in this culture just have really basically learned to get stable and to really know how to, if we didn't have a class on in high school, how to deal with business and to handle our bills, where the white people have always learned. So quite naturally, if you find a black woman that's struggling, if you're a man like that, hey, he's not looking to do that. He's looking probably to find somebody on his level, somebody that can, stay within him, within his boundaries, and go with her. So I can also see their side to that, but that's an educational point that people don't like to talk about. So I think it's just like the colorism it's like,
I don't know. You know what? You want to know what I think? You know what? You want to know honestly what I think it is? I think, and thank you, Carla. I'm going to let you go. Thank you. But let me tell you what I think. And I'm going to just keep it a stack. Now you guys can judge me on my opinion. This is where I want you, because now I'm giving you my opinion. So if you don't like it, that's fine. I'm not going to be upset. This is what I think. Because now I'm about to give my opinion. I think, because I've experienced it. I have a friend who he's mixed. His mom is white, his dad is black, right? And they're together. They've been together. They have the mixed family. They do all these things together. My uncle, his wife is Asian. He has a mixed kid, but even my cousin, she's Asian. But he's an engineer. She's an engineer. Everything is good, And then we have some of the black families in my the black couples in my family. They're okay, but they're not as well off. And it seems as though maybe when you get with like the white or the Hispanic, or whatever, it seems as though, from what I perceived, is that the families are sticking together generally more, and like for me, my parents are not together. My dad is black, my mom is black. They've split up. I have a stepmom and I have a stepdad. But all my friends that have been in that are like biracial, all their families are together. And they go out, they go out on vacations. My friend, he knows about credit. I never got taught credit. I never got taught any of those things. So he graduated college. He has the great job. His mom goes and flies him out. They go out of the country. He's very cultured. It's all of these things. And typically, because of that, he likes a darker skinned kind of guy. But and like darker skinned men love and flock to him. And I think a lot of and I have another friend, he dates strictly Caucasian men. And, with that, he goes on cruises out to Jamaica and, he's in, Canada, he's in Barcelona, he's in Spain, and he's all over, and then it's like some of my black friends, it's like, bitch, we going to Atlanta, I don't know. It's just different. And it's not all of us. It's not a matter of fact, just black. But what I'm saying is what I've noticed is it seems as though I can speak for the LGBT. It seems like a lot of the black men that go towards the white community, they feel as though it's less drama and it's more of a financial, it's better financially. Not to say that they just want to be with them for the money, but, I don't know. It seems as though they feel as in their minds that they will have a better life. But not for nothing, I will say, we have to keep it 100. I can speak for myself. My parents didn't teach me about credit. So I had to learn this shit on my own. That shit was that's a very hard lesson to learn. A lot of black people, they don't teach us. Everybody doesn't get taught. If you were taught by your parents, power to you. But a lot of us hadn't got taught that. I didn't get taught that at all. And a lot of us that are, a lot of black families are not in, 2-parent households. My boyfriend's family, he is. Me personally, I grew up with a stepmom and a stepdad. And my parents in 2 different households. So it was a lot. You get what I'm saying? So I had to learn. So to me, I probably wouldn't be the most desirable kind of person or candidate because I tell you, my shit was fucked up. I had to figure out who I was. I had to figure out how to get credit. I had to figure out everything because I didn't know anything. And in the midst of finding myself, even being gay, I had to go out and make some stupid choices and dumb decisions and all of that. So, which would make me probably a lot less desirable to some people, or would make me seem as though I'm ratchet. We literally went out to Pride in San Francisco, and the man asked me and my boyfriend was walking, the man asked me, he was like, oh, where are you from? I was like, oh, I don't live here. And I was like, I live a little a ways. And he was just like, this was in San Francisco. If you know anything about San Francisco is one of the most expensive cities to live in the fucking world. You get what I'm saying? It's super expensive. It's crazy expensive, ridiculous. All right. So he was like, oh, where do you live? And I was like, well, I don't live here. And he was just like, oh, well, just say you live in Oakland. And I'm like, well, I don't live in Oakland. All black people don't live in Oakland. He was like, oh, well, no, it's not that because, they're moving all the black people out of Oakland anyway. And I almost fucking snap, you know what I mean? But he was showing me how to get to where we were going. So, and he really didn't think anything of it. And I was just like, wow, this shit is so crazy to me. I don't know. And so, certain black people, I guess we read urban because I might wear my hats and I might wear my chains. A person might think I'm ghetto and they might think that I don't have any education and I may be, or I may not have good credit. So, I may be less desirable. to another black person because of my outer exterior, which is not the case. And I think that happens to black women as well. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality of the situation. And not for nothing, like I was talking about when it comes down to this Kardashian stuff, a lot of black people, I don't care if you're gay or straight, what gets promoted on television and what we see on the news, what we just see through the media is the worst sometimes of black people. We always see like black, it's very rare that you see black people in their purest form being great. And when you do see those things, a lot of people, they don't get a lot of support. But what gets a lot of support is the throwing of the tables, the ratchetness, the ghetto, depiction of black women and the ratchetness and the overly flamboyantness of black gay men. That is the depiction that people sell. And think about it. Oh, I don't want to say this. I even look at what gets pushed into the media. Like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Okay, so you guys know like Joanne the Scammer. I know I'm probably going all over the place, but it doesn't matter. So Joanne the Scammer, you guys followed Joanne the Scammer at one point. I don't have a problem with Joanne the Scammer. I like Joanne the Scammer. Like, I don't want anybody to think it was any shade with Joanne the Scammer. But the whole character of Joanne the Scammer is, she wants to be a rich white lady, and I guess she's ethnic. So Joanne the Scammer is like Hispanic, black. She's everything but white, but she wants to be white, right? And so Joanne the Scammer became this big, huge entity on social media, flying Joanne the Scammer all over the world. And they had shows on Facebook, and Joanne the Scammer was invited to like award shows. But you have to think about it, like, why? And I thought about it. Well, because Joanne the Scammer's whole character is bigging up the white man and tearing down other ethnic communities. So it's like whenever you try to show the greatness of black people, you have the black people that really don't want to support it because they're either envious in some way, and then white people won't really get behind it because they don't want us to really see our true power. But the minute you have these people that are willing to sell out and depict black, whether you're gay or straight, in a ratchet way or a non-attractive way, that immediately gets pushed to the forefront of media. So I think with that, that's why we are conditioned as a people to, think that white is right or lighter is prettier or this is better because that's what we see. And then when these depictions of black women we see and these black gay men we see overly flamboyant, just, ridiculousness, or then we see these black women that are just ghetto, ratchet, and, and uneducated. And we want to steer away from that. Or they get stereotyped as angry mad, But and then those are the things that make money. Those are the things that get propelled to the forefront of our TV screens, our movie screens, social media following, all of that. So I think that's why we are so conditioned to not even really, why some of these men are not really interested in dating black women, because I can guarantee if there was more depiction of successful black women, like beautiful, successful black women to the forefront, it would be a motherfucking problem. Now, it's some white men that get it though, because it's some white men that love black women. It's some white men that get it. It's some black men that get it, but it's not enough of those black women that get pushed to the forefront. Just like it's not enough of the black gay men that get pushed to the forefront outside of the debauchery and the fuckery and the wigs and the makeup and the bullshit. So that's what I think. All right, let's take some more calls. 713-4646, you're live on the air.
Hello, Armand?
Yes.
Okay, Armand. Armand, you cannot say you like ethnicities with certain sense or mind.
I
You
can say
can't
that
say
because
that.
that's my preference. I can say that. I can, and I said it. I said it. I don't feel any kind of way about saying that. I didn't tell you
So
what. I
the
didn't say
problem
one
with
cent. I
saying
didn't. Okay, go ahead.
the problem with saying that is that that's that's discriminatory because there's certain ethnicities or racial groups that there's a certain scent attached to them that's bad. Like growing up, we heard that, oh, Indians, they smell a certain way. They don't put deodorant, stuff like that. So I want you to win, Armand. So I'm just letting you know there's certain things that you cannot say if you want your platform to grow. You just can't say that. I'm not saying that to attack you because I do want you to win. But getting back on topic,
No, 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 no.
um,
Hold on, hold on.
I don't.
I like what you're saying because what you're saying is very much so true. You did not say one lie because you didn't. I didn't feel like you said that in a way to be like argumentative. You're saying like you got to be careful because you can't say that, and I respect that because I feel like you're looking out for me. But for me, this is what I've always said. I realize that my platform may be limited to a certain degree because there's a certain amount of energy that I'm willing to keep. And my thing is this with this cancel culture, and this is kind of the reason why I'm the way that I am. Like, listen, I'm not going to please everybody. If you're offended, not you per se, not you. But if you get offended by every little thing, get the fuck out of here. Like, I like the way that my black nigga smells. I like that. If an Indian person gets upset about that, then you must feel like you stink. Because I never said that Indian or white or I like the way black people smell. I like the scent. There's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not going to change my disposition in that. Like, I'm not going to be afraid. See, that's the issue. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be afraid to say that I like the way that the scent of a black man. I do. That's what I like. That's what I'm into. That's my preference. Nobody's going to make me feel like I can't say that because they don't feel good about their cultural scent. I don't give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? I just generally don't give a fuck. But I understand your point. But I'm telling you that I'm not that's bullshit. Like, I can't say that because some motherfucker in
I want to.
wherever is gonna be upset. That's BS.
So there's nothing wrong with you saying that you like black men. You are a black man and you are a gay black man. So you should like black men. It's okay if you say you also like other men, but there's nothing wrong with you saying that you like black men. But you like black men because you like yourself. You see beauty in yourself. I'm not sure it's about how they smell or vibe. I
No, it's
don't think it's
definitely how
about
they
how they
smell.
smell.
See, now
You
you
just
want me to
said,
break it down.
okay, Armand. Okay, Armand. Anyway, back
Okay.
to the topic.
Okay.
Um, I don't think black women are mad at Chris Brown per se because most black women don't want Chris Brown. We're not looking for Chris Brown. Chris Brown is a woman beater. Chris Brown is a stalker. Just a few weeks ago or like a month ago, he was still stalking Karrueche on her new boyfriend's page. That is abusive. But black women, particularly dark-skinned black women and black women with type 4 hair, the kinky hair, the type of hair
Yeah.
that's not seen as good hair or nice hair,
Yeah.
we are annoyed because there's a system of oppression against us.
Mhm.
Like when we go to the workplace, we cannot wear our hair natural at some jobs because they're going to tell us that we didn't do our hair, even though we spend hours doing the twist out and putting all the other products in our hair. But they're going to tell us that our hair is not kept because of the texture of our hair.
Where do you live?
Or black men. I'm from Houston, Texas.
Okay. So
So
it's different because they just passed a law here in San Francisco, and it's the first state to do it, and it's probably going to be coming to other states. But I just want to tell you, they passed a law that having afro or dreadlocks or cannot you will still get a job, and it cannot be considered unkept, or you cannot be discriminated by your texture of hair or the hairstyle that you have. So they're passing those laws here, which I think is great. Just FYI for those people that didn't know.
it's great that they're combating that discrimination, but it's sad that they even have to pass that law because that shows that there's been years of discrimination on black women for their natural hair, the natural hair that grows out of their head.
Yes.
Like, you cannot pass along like that if there wasn't an underlying problem. So I think that's the issue. It's the and you have been saying it without saying it. Basically, what you're saying is the reason why black men don't like black women, particularly dark women with like type 4 kinky hair, is because of white supremacy. You have been saying that without actually saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't, I think that you're trying to like rationalize, like, is it because of the finances? But statistics show that black women, we earn more than black men.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's because of if it's because of black men, black straight men wanting to be financially secure, why wouldn't they go to a black woman?
Mm-hmm.
And then you've been asking, okay, is it because we're argumentative? But do you see the type of the black men who hate themselves? The type of non-black women they go to are black women that portray stereotypes of black the type of non-black women they go to are non-black women who portray stereotypes of black women.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Latinos who are feisty, who are ghetto but feisty. That's sexy if you're a Latino. If you're a black woman, that's ghetto.
I agree. I agree.
So I don't think it's about attitude or whatever, because they like that on non-black women. So it's not about finances, and it's not about education, because statistics also show that black women have the highest degrees amongst any other community.
Right. So what I'm saying is I understand, like I said previously, I understand all that to be true. But what I'm also saying is that stuff does not get portrayed in the media. Nobody talks about that stuff. So what we see, right?
You are right, Armand. And that's again because of white supremacy.
Right.
There's like 6 or 8 companies that own the whole media.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be showing a reality show of successful black women in college. No, they're going to be showing stuff that perpetuates this stigma or this bad image that is attached to black women.
Mm-hmm.
And another reason why black men don't like black women is because white supremacy in terms of desirability politics
Mm-hmm.
places black women on the bottom of the totem pole.
Mm.
And it's for the same reason that they place black men on the top of the totem pole. Dark-skinned black men are sexy. They're fetishized. They're this sex symbol, right? But dark-skinned black women are ugly. They've been called men.
Yes.
A lot of them are called men. You know why? Because dark skin is associated with masculinity.
Mm.
So on a man who's supposed to be masculine, oh, that's sexy. That's a manly man. I want that type of man. That's why light-skinned men are called soft. It comes from the same system of oppression. Light-skinned men are soft because light skin is associated with femininity. And that's why light-skinned women are feminine. Oh, they act like a woman. They're seen as the archetype of femininity. It all comes back to the same system of oppression.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why he's getting the hot seat is not necessarily because he doesn't like black women, because he doesn't like black women. And when he said nice hair, he meant good hair.
He did. He definitely did.
Yes. But other rappers, they do the same thing he does, but they don't say it.
Absolutely.
Or they don't say it as blatantly.
Right.
But you see the type of woman that they get with, the type of woman
so
that
so my point.
Kids with, and they,
right. So
and they particularly choose them because they're breeding factories.
Absolutely. So my point is this:
black women as breeding factories.
So you're smart enough to realize that. You're smart enough to realize that. So in my mind, so let me ask you this, because I don't know if you said it or not. Were you offended by what Chris Brown said or not?
I'm not. I don't want Chris Brown. So it's not about Chris Brown to me. It's about this system that paints black women and black girls who are listening to this music, black girls who see these images on TV and in the media, and they feel down about themselves because they know through direct and indirect images that society believes that they're ugly simply because of the color of their skin
Right.
and the texture of their hair. That's the problem. It's not because of Chris Brown per se. It's about this whole system, and he's using his platform to legitimize the system that attacks Black women and Black girls. That's the problem that I have. I think
And
that's the
like I
problem that some
agree,
other women have.
but this is where I kind of like I'm with you. Like I'm literally with you 100%. But the thing is, I'm kind of not. This is where I don't get what the people attacking Chris Brown, because at least you know where he stands. Just like you said, there's so many other people that show it, that don't say anything about it, but it's clear. So you didn't need Chris Brown to make a statement to realize that this shit was going on. A young girl that's on social media doesn't need Chris Brown to make a record about good hair and to realize that a majority of these rappers and these celebrities are dating non-Black girls. You see it all the time. It doesn't take Chris Brown is not unveiling the truth. You get what I'm saying? It's there. It's obvious. So my thing is this, like, why be mad at Chris Brown when he's at least keeping it 100? When majority of these other people that we're not hollering to cancel, they're doing it. They're just not saying anything about it, but they're doing it by action. They're having these multiple babies. They're getting married. They're doing big shit with these women. They're not just putting it in the music. They're actually living the lifestyle wholeheartedly. So, I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah, so you're right. So, like, two things can be true at once. Like, yeah, we cannot like Chris Brown for that, and we cannot like him because he's abusive, simply put. But also, we cannot like these other people who are showing it from their actions as well. So I think one thing Black women need to do is to stop supporting these men that show that they don't give a shit about Black women
All
or
together.
Black people.
All together. Not just Chris Brown. All of them.
Yes.
Kanye West, everybody. All of them.
Yes. That is one point that we don't do. We wait until somebody explicitly says it, even though they have implicitly have been doing things that show that they don't give a shit. And we do that with a lot of issues, not only Black women, a lot of marginalized communities. Like, I don't know if I can go into this. Do you want me to go into this?
I mean, you can go into it. I mean, you're talking good. You're doing good. So keep going.
So this is very similar to the, and I'm straight, but this is very similar to the LGBTQ community. Black LGBTQ people supporting Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj do not like gay people, point blank, period. But it's because she has not explicitly said that she doesn't like gay people, even though her core fan base is gay Black men. But in times where she needs to speak up for that community, when they are suffering and they're facing oppression, she never speaks up.
Beyonce does the same thing.
True. I don't know why she got that award or her husband got that award.
But it's literally every female. But that's a whole other thing, because it's literally every Black female celebrity. Like, the Black man is great to be a hairdresser, a stylist, a this, that, and the third. I go into that all the time. But whenever it comes down to supporting them, it's not really that vocal. Like, gay men to, those kind of women are literally a handbag.
Yeah. So I think as marginalized people, we should start vetting these celebrities more. We need to look in their politics. Like, are they really for Black women or Black people or gay people? Are all these people who are facing oppression in our society, are they really for them? Because we wait until they say something that we already know that they feel, and then we want to cancel them.
Mm-hmm.
But we already gave them all our money and all our support, and they already have that platform.
And so, but that's my thing, though, and that's kind of
because of the Black community.
Right, but that's my thing, though.
He would not be the megastar that he is.
Yes,
today.
but my thing is this: is it okay to be I'm with you with the being upset, but like you said, like, I'm listening to a lot of these people, and like, I'm trying not to get upset because I get so irritated, like, reading the comments of some of the ignorance from some of these black people that I'm reading these comments from, because whenever you're posing a conversation, people want to assume that like I'm hating black women or this, that, and the third. And all I'm saying is this. First of all, those people irritate me because obviously those are the angry black ones. Those literally are the angry black ones because they don't have any kind of like critical or logical thinking bone in their body. They only feel like I was offended, I'm upset.
The angry black woman. Armand, you can't do that. You can't
Listen,
do that.
I can do that. I'm going to do it when I'm trying to make a statement and all you want to hear is be upset at our mom because I'm proposing questions. So listen, I haven't built this platform on, coddling or riding the fence. Like, I know where my heart is. I have 5 sisters and I have a mother. So no one is going to make me feel as though I don't like black women. There's no way you can do that. So if that's how you want to feel, that's how you want to interpret it, then that's how you're going to interpret it. I'm not like Kevin Hart said when they were trying to get him to apologize about making the LGBT statements. And he was like, I said what I said. I apologize. I moved on. Listen, I'm not going to be bullied into not being able to have a logical conversation in fear that someone won't support me when I know wholeheartedly that I'm not bashing a community of people. So I'm going to say what I'm going to say, whether that you get what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is this: if we're going to be upset with Chris Brown, be upset with every other black celebrity that doesn't have a black girlfriend or that doesn't support black women. Don't just drag Chris Brown.
Yeah, so it's right that you think that we should put that same energy in other black celebrities because that's true. However, the people who have not articulated that, you can't just label them as angry black women, right? So you're a gay black man. I cannot tell you how to feel. I cannot if I am in support of your community, right, I cannot assign words or phrases that have been placed to belittle you in your existence. The reason why, like in particular, the reason why saying angry and black woman together is bad because people use that to silence black women whenever they're saying stuff. So if you're I'm saying this because I support, I really do like you.
I believe you do.
I'm saying this. Yeah. So what I'm saying is when you are in conversation with a black woman and you don't agree with what they're saying, articulate why you don't agree with it, right? Don't just label her as the angry.
I've never labeled her as an angry black woman. What I said, see, this I want to get this narrative out. I said the women when we're having this conversation, I said the women that are not understanding, like how you're understanding what I'm saying, how we're having a dialogue. For those women that are just like Armand hates black women, I'm seeing that. Those are the people that I'm like, okay, girl, you obviously have an issue. You have a complex about yourself because in nowhere did I have the energy where I hate black women. That just can't. That genuinely cannot be possible for me to hate black women because we're having this conversation. That genuinely cannot be possible.
The reason why I think some callers, some black women believe that you do not like black women is because. Because sometimes when you're trying to understand why black women feel a certain way, like with this topic, you're trying to understand, okay, why are black women not liking that Chris Brown said this when other, celebs do the same thing, but they don't say it explicitly. You have to just gauge that question like, hey, black women, why do you feel this way even though you see these other celebs are doing this? But sometimes you say things like as a matter of fact, like you should not be offended because this, that, and that,
Well, here's the issue that I have. Here's the issue that I have. And I understand.
I can't tell you on issues that affect your community. I can't tell you
right.
Can't feel this way about Nicki Minaj or whoever because this, that,
But here's the issue that I have with that. Here's the issue that I have with that.
I can tell you how to feel.
Okay, so here's the issue that I have with that. I keep the same energy with every community. So it's okay when I have that energy with my own community. and they're telling me that I hate gay people, and they're claiming that I hate trans people, and then the black women are like, no, Armand, you're right on. But then when I turn the mirror to the black women and I'm like, okay, guys, let's have a conversation, then when it's on you, it's not, I hate black women, but it's okay when I'm talking about my own community. You guys understand what it is that I'm trying to say. You understand the messages that I'm trying to convey. But it seems as though in certain situations, and it's almost like what you're saying is this: if I don't agree with everything a black woman is saying, I cannot have a comment on it because it's like, oh, you don't want to offend the black woman. And I think that's bullshit. Because if I can say it about gay people, transgender people, white people, what excludes pointing the finger at black women when they're wrong, or when there's a disagreement, or when I need clarification? Like, absolutely not. Everybody gets the same energy. I keep the energy with trannies, black gay men, white gay men, black women. I keep the same energy with everybody. So we got to keep it fair across the board. I'm not going to be bullied or bought into being biased because in fear of someone not supporting me. That's bullshit.
Okay, Armand, you can say what you feel, but just don't say this community, you can't be offended. Or you're angry because you're offended. Or
right.
You can just say, I don't understand why y'all are offended, but this is just how I feel. And you all can feel how you feel. You have that right. You could just leave it at that. But don't tell them, oh, you can't be offended, because that's overstepping a boundary. You're not a black woman. You haven't lived that life.
I never said just no one was offended. I never said that you can't be offended. I never said that.
I think in the beginning of this live, you did say something like, "There's no reason to be offended." Something within those lines.
I said it. Right.
Then that doesn't apply to you. You said something
absolutely. That's exactly what I said. I said so. If you don't think you have nice hair, then obviously you're the one that's offended because you don't feel like you have nice hair.
But the reason is, but it's not so. If you told me that you like black women with nice hair, I know that you do not mean good hair, because you're not a straight black man. A straight black man doesn't want anything. They don't want to be associated with femininity in any way, because they feel like, oh, that's being gay. So what would they know about nice hair? They don't even know when women have makeup on. They don't know shit about femininity or the type of things that women do to groom ourselves. So when he's saying nice hair, he means good hair and the connotations associated with good hair. He just said nice hair because he thought he can get away with it because nice is a synonym for good, but he didn't get away with it. That's why he said that. But
right.
If it's coming from a black woman, somebody else from a different community, and they said, oh, I like when women have nice hair, I know that they don't automatically mean good hair.
So let me ask you this, ma'am, because I've asked everybody this question. So
I know that they mean good.
Okay, so what if he would have just kept it all the way a stack and just said, I like I've been asking everybody all night, if he would have just said, I like my Asian women with the nice hair. If he would have just kept it real, because that's what he's into, then would you have been upset? Would it be a big deal?
Again, I don't think that black women are upset with him per se, like, oh, they want to date him or whatever. It's what he is perpetuating, and what little black girls are seeing, or with what other black women are seeing who haven't learned to love themselves completely, because society tells them that they're ugly for their skin tone, their features, their hair texture, or what have you, or they tell them, oh, they're not feminine enough because they're too dark, or etc., or they're discriminated in school or the workplace because of the features that God gave them. So that's what I have a problem with. So I don't really think it would make that much of a difference if he said what he really meant. I think maybe the only real difference would be the outrage would be more. But I think this is almost similar to like, oh, people who are saying, oh, our society is so racist because Trump is the president.
Honestly, with that thinking, we need to cancel all TV. We need to cancel all music. We need to cancel all Instagram, because at the end of the day, let's just take our own black people. Let's take other races out of it. When it comes down to casting a black person, any casting, the light-skinned black girl is going to get casted before. The lighter skin is going to get casted in
You're right.
anything first. So at this point, I mean, are we going to
You're
blame
right.
Chris Brown for all of society?
No, it's not about blaming Chris Brown for all of society, because the same way that we learned what good hair means and that, dark skin on a black man is attractive, but on a black woman is not, it's that we live in the same society. He lived in this same society, so he was socialized with those same things too. However, when you have a platform like he does, and you're spewing that, and there's impressionable young girls listening, or black women who have not learned how to love themselves in society, then that becomes, a problem. So it's not only, like I'm saying, it's not only about Chris Brown. It's about society as a whole.
Okay, so let me ask you
not
this
only
question.
about Chris Brown.
Okay, so what would have been the difference had he said, "I love my black girls with kinky hair," whatever, right? So let's see, he said that, right? Let's see, he went with that. I want to honestly know. Chris Brown says that in the lyric, right? But you've never seen Chris Brown with a black girl and kinky hair. Are you even going to buy into that? Like, what is that? What actually shows the little black girl more hope? The lyric that she heard in the song that she may or may not have even realized he said until we all blew it up, or the fact that Chris Brown is on Instagram taking pictures and videos, or impregnates a woman and has a baby with a woman that's not black, or is seen on a red carpet with a woman that's not black. What is going to have more of the impact on our little black impressionable girls? A lyric in a song that may get missed on an album with 35 songs on it, or an Instagram that we're on daily looking at pictures of him and his family and his daughter? Which one? So he could have very much well said black girls with kinky hair, but that's in real life, that's not what he dates. So to me, what he's saying, actions speak louder than words in any situation for me. So I don't need Chris Brown to say that he's pro-black or pro-not, because your actions show me what you are. So if we're going to be in an uproar, we're going to be in outrage, we need to be in an outrage over what we see, what his actions are, not what he's saying, because he can say anything. But what is he doing?
Mm-hmm. So I think he shouldn't talk about it at all. If I'm keeping it real, I don't think he should talk about it at all, because like you said, his actions show something else. It wouldn't be consistent. That's why I know for myself, I wasn't convinced with that song with Remy Ma, the Melanin Magic. It was just bullshit, because we never seen you with somebody who's really melanated.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a crap. We know that he only made that song with her because we're seeing a movement now in our society where we are showing darker skinned people a little bit more love, because we are trying to unlearn the notions of dark skin is not good, or black is not beautiful, or our hair is not good enough or palatable in society. So I think he shouldn't have said anything. But in terms of you saying, which one is better, like the lyrics or what they see, I don't know if that can be quantified. Like, I don't know. Like, we know from direct and indirect messages of how society sees us. So they both might, for one black girl, it might have a bigger impact to see, like to hear it in the lyrics, but for another, it might have a bigger impact to see imagery of themselves. So I really don't know how to respond to that, but all I can say is, first of all, Chris Brown is not even full black. Like, he's mixed, but and it's okay if he doesn't like black women, because he's not even full black himself. He's mixed. But I'm just saying, if that's what he doesn't like, just don't put it in your music anyway.
Listen, these guys, actions speak louder than words. Just like I was saying, you have these powerful speakers, these woke people, these black, Muhammad Ali, I don't know what you call them, but they also pro-black, and then they go home to their white wives. So, literally.
And you're right.
So, but they gas you up. You feel good about it, and then you find out later that their wife is white. Then you're upset. So the actions at the end of the day speak louder than any man's words, because it's what you do. You can say a lot. I can tell you a bunch of bullshit on this microphone right now, but it's what I do, what my actions behind it. That's what I'm showing people, what I'm conveying. Because people talk bullshit all the time. You get what I'm saying? If we really want to break down the Chris Brown lyric, although he said nice hair, we know that he meant good hair. Okay, fuck it, he meant good hair. But at the end of the day, he said black women. We know that if you really want to break it down, we know that he didn't really mean black women. He had to say black women because it was going to be an even bigger issue if he really said what he really liked. Because not for nothing, not to. I hope you don't get offended by this, but it's kind of like people like you necessarily, where it's like a person can't, they're afraid to say, listen. It's not that I hate black women, but I may not be attracted to black women. And then you guys are like, no, you can't say that. You're automatically canceled because you don't like black women. You get what I'm saying? So he has to be fake and pretend like he's even interested in black women in fear of everybody running a cancel campaign, because it's like taboo to say that you like Asian women, or you're like bullied into like feeling like you have to say I want a black woman, or it's like you're canceled. Because it's like, oh, you can't say that.
Armand, what other community outside of black men are so happy and so eager to let everybody know that they don't date in their race? What other community does that?
I don't know. I don't think that there's none. I don't really. You're right. I don't think there's a lot.
No, white men do not do that. Even if they date outside their race, they're not quick to down women in their race. Asian men don't do that. Other communities don't do that. So it's not simply like, oh, he likes people from other races. It's because black men, most of them, when they do date outside of their race, it's not simply because, oh, they're just, being open and exploring different possibilities or whatever the fuck. It's not because of those things. It's because of self-hate. And they're quick to say, I'm dating this person because they're not argumentative, when a lot of them portray all of the things that they say are bad about black women, but it's nice on them because they're non-black. So it's not about those things. So like what I'm saying is it's not about Chris Brown in particular. It's just about this whole system in general,
I agree with you, but I just feel like we're gonna get a lot more fake black advocacy, because people are going to be afraid to really say how they feel. And to me, that's not how I like to roll. I'd rather let a person show me who they are than pretend, because in fear of being canceled. Right. That's just me.
You're right, but we can see through the fake advocacy, like with Tory Lanez. Like, for the most part, we can see through it. But sometimes we can't, because some people say, like, Jordan Peele, he made Get Out and Us. Some people hold him as, like, almost like a black activist or advocate. But he's with a white woman.
Of course.
And exactly. And a lot of these other men, like Jesse Williams, a few years back in the BET Awards,
he was with a black,
that iconic speech. Yeah, and then I think he left his black wife for a white woman.
He did.
So we do see the contradictions. We do see that. But the thing is, when we do see that, we can know that, okay, this person is not really for us.
Yes.
So even if people are gonna there's gonna be fake advocacy and whatever, at a certain point, if it's not real, we're gonna see through it. So it's not gonna have any longevity.
I agree. Well, listen, Carla, I'm glad you called in. You had some very, very great points. And I want to say thank you for supporting the show. And thank you for your criticism, because I know it came from a place of support. So thank you for calling in, and you're welcome to call in anytime.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I liked her. I let her talk a long time. But she really had some good points. And listen, I understood exactly where she was coming from. However, I like to keep it real. Thank you. Shout out to Ricardo. Shout out to Sofandra. Love this live. Great job. Thank you. Like these lives, like I really hate doing these lives. That's why, like, the drink is actually worn off. But I've actually went 2 hours because I was like, all right, I'm gonna let the people talk. I really hate doing these lives because I know that in order to have a stimulating conversation, you have to play devil's advocate. And then with that, you get a lot of the heat and the shit. But in order for the conversation to be intriguing enough, You got to play both sides. But I'm with her with everything that she said, but I'm still with the point of if these men are, if we get to a point to where the only thing I'm not with her with is, the whole you can't say this and you can't say that. And the reason why I'm like that is because I know a lot of heterosexual people when it comes to gay people. I know some of them feel like it's not fair. Like gay people can do certain things, but the minute you say something against gay people, you're canceled. And, I know a lot of people don't like that. Particularly my mother doesn't like it. She feels like, if I say something, if I say I disagree with the gay lifestyle, then, everybody wants to crucify me and say that I don't like gay people. And that's not true. And, and I feel like that you can love me and not agree with the lifestyle as long as you're supportive of me and we're respectful. I'm cool with that. You get what I'm saying? But if I allow you that, you should allow me to be able to tell you, hey, I love you, but I don't agree with that. You get what I'm saying? So my thing is this. I just want the people to recognize that I keep the same energy. And it's not fair. And for the reason why most people follow me or support me is because the energy that I keep. So you have to understand there's going to be days where the mirror is going to be on you. The mirror might be on me. The mirror might be on the transgender. The mirror might be on the black men. The mirror might be on the black gays. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So if it's good for the black gay community for me to tell them when they're on some bullshit, when it's good for me to tell the transgenders when they're on some bullshit, because I was just ripping the gay community in half about pride and everybody was gung-ho. And that's my community. They didn't like that, but I have to take that because it's how I felt. So when it comes down to, the black women, listen, I'm not going to agree with everything that y'all said. If y'all want to not follow, unsubscribe, by all means do so. Because I have to keep the same energy. A lot of people, it's and as far as me saying I like a black scent, I don't take that back. I like what I like. And that's a preference. And nobody's going to bully me into a corner of not or of saying that I cannot have a preference. I cannot like what I like because what I like may not be you. I don't have to like you. Just like you don't have to like me. I don't have to like you. I don't have to be attracted to you. I don't have to be turned on by you. But that doesn't mean that you are less of a person than me or anyone else. Just not my type. Period. And I'm unapologetic about that. I'm
60 seconds.
Literally unapologetic about that. So it is what it is. Now, listen, we had a great show. If you didn't make it onto this live,
thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
I'm sorry you didn't make it onto this live. I made it through the 2 hours. I just thought I'm about to go woo-saw. Y'all know I do not like doing these lives because it just be so many different energies. But we got through it. Shout out to everybody who was here. We didn't have to kick nobody out, I don't think, because sometimes I can see the comments, sometimes I can't. So I don't see everything, or I'm sure the moderators will let me know. But all right, y'all. So I just want everything to be very, very clear. Because I know the videos will come and the response will come, and that's why I was letting that lady know, listen, a lot of people like to twist my words. I never called black women angry. I never said that. What I said was those people that don't hear what I'm saying, if you're looking to be offended, those are the people that are angry because you're not even opening your mind up to even hearing that a lot of the questions that I posed were coming from straight men. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure if people think that the only people that I'm around are gay men because, I do have a father. I do have a mother. I go to the barber shop. I do a lot of things that men do outside of, my sexuality. So I'm privy to a lot of conversations. So, I'm bringing up a lot of the conversations that I've heard, i.e. in the barbershops or, at my barbecues, things like that, where they have talked about, white women versus black women versus Asian women and all these different things. So I'm just bringing you back things that I've heard. Now, if you're taking them as a matter of fact, as if I said it, then that's when I start to say you're delusional and angry because I'm clearly saying that I did not say it. I'm telling you that it came from a place of being in the environment when the discussion was happening. So I just want that to be very, very clear because people like to twist my words around. All right, y'all. So I'm getting out of here. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the conversation. Thanks for the support. We made it through the live. I'm happy. Happy 4th of July. And keep that hair nice. Whatever that means to you, bitch. Whatever that means to you. Keep that shit nice. Okay? Keep that shit nice. Until next time, we will see you soon.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if